Absolutely. And you've done so much with your writing. You've written articles. Have you written books? Where can people find some of what you've written on PKD?
Well, they can find it on my website, which is my first and last name, valenkiefer.com. And I have a section with all of my articles. So I've written over 250 blogs just sharing the joys and trials and triumphs of this journey, just a really authentic perspective of what I've gone through and how I've strived to still live a joyful and productive life, you know, despite all of it. And then I've written for other organizations, and coming up, I'm going to be published in a bioethics journal sharing transplantation journey as well. So that's something that just I didn't even know that I enjoyed writing until I started it. So it's just sort of like public speaking. I didn't know until I put myself out there. So it's just been a really beautiful journey of exploration of, you know, learning what I love to do and, you know, what I've been good at over the years.
That's so true. I see there's a comment that someone that's been following your account, your IG, says you are amazing. They have PKD and have been following you for a long time. So your voice is definitely getting out there. Please feel free to reach out to her. She can definitely get. Are you doing one-on-one consults? Because I know you are a consultant. Talk to us a little bit about your consultations. Is it just with organizations? Are you doing one-on-one in addition to your support groups?
Over the years, I get private messages on a weekly basis where I just, from patient to patient friendly type and, you know, relationship, I connect with the community and help them. And a lot of times they wind up becoming really good friends of mine. My consultant work is with organizations. So I'm on the Patient Advisory Council with Otsuka Pharmaceutical, who created the first treatment for polycystic kidney disease, and doing just really amazing work with them to help elevate kidney health. And it's just been such a pleasure to work with them for many years. And I'm also doing work with Thermo Fisher Scientific for their transplant diagnostics business. And I have some really exciting projects going on with them. So I encourage everyone to keep following my social media, because there's going to be some things that I'll be launching soon. So I'm really excited. I'm organizing an event in my hometown this month to celebrate Donate Life Month. So we have a beautiful historic courthouse, and they have it lit up all month, green and blue, in honor of organ donation, because those are the Donate Life colors. So I'm organizing a lighting ceremony event there on the 22nd, which is National Donate Life Blue and Green Day. And then also I'm working on a really big video project that I'm excited to be able to share with all of you soon. It's just really going into the realities of this journey of living with a transplant, and really looking forward to be able to educate and empower people through the storytelling in that project.
Oh, we'll definitely look forward to that. So why don't you tell us, and what else are you needing from the community? Is there anything that we could be doing to support you? You give so much. And I know at this point, maybe you don't need anything, but what can the community do for you, Valen? Is there any type doing? Do you need volunteers? What is it that, you know, the community can do for you?
That's so sweet of you to ask. Thank you. I think the engagement on social media, to be able to learn from other people's experiences and connect with them, is really important. Like an example, when I shared my story at the support group, the one woman was so dear after I shared my story. She's like, I wanted to stand up and clap and scream the whole time you were talking, because she could connect to so many things. And I think that engagement of knowing that the different topics I'm talking about is resonating with the community. And also I appreciate when people share what they would like to hear talked about. Like an example is I had to switch from pediatric to adult care. And that's a big switch that isn't talked about often. And I want to dig deeper into that and go into what's involved. And I don't think there's a lot of support in that aspect. So I appreciate the community sharing things that's on their heart and that they'd like to hear more about. That way I can use that to incorporate it into the work that I'm doing.
Absolutely. So if you have any questions, please follow Valen are you at Valen Kiefer on IG?
Yes.
So please follow her, DM her your questions. If you have any now, drop a couple questions before we get out of here. If you have a question, please drop it now. Maybe we could get it to Valen before she goes. But I mean, this has really been a tremendous experience talking to you. I mean, look at you. You sit there, you're absolutely radiant, and you are just, no one would ever know these things, but I think it's really the light inside, that the service, giving and being able to be there for your community is what allows you to keep going, not putting all of the focus, the emphasis on the, oh, woe is me, and serving. And I think you have mastered in so many ways. I think, you're such a positive example for us all. I mean, because when people complain about their situation, their life, and the things they have to go through, I think we can look at you and see that your triumphs are really a true example of not only you get through it all, but you have raised 1.3 million for other people in just your goal of having to be someone there for someone else. So I think you have done a tremendous work in your community. And here, someone else says, tell her I tremendously admire her. You can see the comments too, but maybe they tremendously admire you. And I do too. And I'm so glad. And as you know, you were scoured. There was a team of people scouring the planet for makers, and you came out of the group. So I am just pleased to met you. And before we go, I know you're doing something in Australia. So she's not only doing things in the US, also doing something in Australia. So she's going to have a video project. She has all of the resources on her website. If you have personal questions, you want to reach out to her, go into her DMs and get your questions answered if you don't have one now. And, she's in Australia. Tell us really quickly before we leave, what are you doing in Australia?
Thank you. So I appreciate all of your kind sentiments and this platform to share my story and represent our transplant community, and talk about the realities of what we go through, but hopefully help inspire others that we can live fulfilling lives despite everything that we manage on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's what, through the upcoming projects, I really want to showcase, because I appreciate you saying about looking well, and I hear the picture of health, and sometimes that's hard for people because we can look well on the outside, but they don't understand the day-to-day, that some days we feel well, some days we don't, and what we have to navigate with our medicine. And that can make us feel alone when we have trouble connecting with others and, having people understand. So I hope to be able to do that for other people and represent our community well with what I'm currently working on. And yes, Australia, I am really excited. So there is a PKD Foundation in Australia, and they really want me to help them share my PKD story and really get the word out there, which is an incredible opportunity. I'll be doing a webinar coming up with them and additional projects with the organization. And it's really interesting to learn different cultures, because in Australia, people aren't as comfortable talking about themselves. And I didn't know that. And so for them, they're really looking to have somebody that will be willing to open up and connect with the people in the community for those that aren't comfortable speaking. So I'm very honored that I can do that and help other people in Australia. So, and I'm hoping that work will take me to be able to visit Australia in the near future. So that's something to look forward to.
That's amazing. Just imagine, they couldn't find anyone else between there and here, right? No, I'm kidding. But the thing is that you are a strong presence here. And I'm just so thrilled to have met your acquaintance, and you were a change maker, Val, and please continue doing everything that you're doing. And we're always here as your family. Connect with all the other change makers. I see Trails in the audience. They're great, awesome part of the community. They also interview. Please share your stories with the other change makers and make friends. And please, if you need anything, I'm here. Share anything you want with me. I will try and repost it. And have any parting words before we go?
Well, I really appreciate you doing this and giving a platform to help raise awareness of organ donation. It is miraculous to receive the gift of life in this community. I find so many people that want to give back and want to be able to say thank you to our donors in a special way. So I'm grateful that you chose me to share my story today, and also that you share many stories to be able to help others express their gratitude and help others not feel alone. So thank you. I appreciate this opportunity. And I hope that I'll hear from many of you, and you can connect with me on social media, or you're welcome to through my website too at valenkieffer.com.
Absolutely. Thank you so much again. You are truly a change maker. Have a good night. Say hi to Noah for us.
Thank you. I will. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.